I realised that I never did a wrap up before I let go, so I thought I'd pop in here quickly and talk about it because I finished this quite late and I didn't really do any updates beforehand. I just remember doing a bit of montages, so I just thought I'd quickly talk about it. So I did decide to rate this 4 stars near the end. I definitely feel like this was a very difficult read. If you're going to read this, check the trigger warnings. The trigger warnings are at the beginning of the book in case, I don't know if I see, but in case you might be able to pause it and read the trigger warnings from here, because it's very important to check trigger warnings for books. I definitely say it's very difficult to read, very heartbreaking, but can also be like, it's quite like a beautiful story. It's beautifully written, the writing is amazing, and I can't wait to read more Kennedy Ryan. I don't believe I've read any of Kennedy Ryan's books before. I know there's quite a few on my TBR though, and I have heard Kennedy Ryan's books have a few hard topics in them, and I really enjoyed this, and I don't know how to explain it without ruining it or anything, but what I can say is this book is about Yasmin, I think that's how you say it, and Joshua. They're married. You see past and present time, so you see the past when they're married and so in love, and then you see the present time where they are divorced because of a few reasons and they're trying to work through. So this is also a second chance romance. Those are the tropes. I definitely recommend this if you are able to read it. It's an amazing book, and honestly at first I didn't think I would enjoy it as much as I thought because I'm not big on second chance romances, but this one is just so different compared to other ones. Like, I don't know what it is about this book, but it's just so good, and like I said, I would highly recommend you give it a go if you are able to. But that's what I'm going to say before I end up ruining it, because obviously I went into this blind-ish, and I don't know, I feel like it just gave me a different kind of experience with this one, so that's where I'm going to leave it for now. Okay, so I started the Bromance Book Club and I have got quite a bit into it. I am listening to the audiobooks. I'm not quite sure where I'm at. I remember hearing chapter 8, which is page 96, but I'm obviously a little bit further than that, and it's actually really enjoyable so far. I would definitely say like it's not going to be a favourite, but I'm loving the concept of it and what it's about, and I just feel like it's a fun read, which is definitely something that I need right now, and I'm just having a fun time with it, and I feel like I'm going to enjoy reading the whole series, and I might just read the series back to back and see how I feel. But I'm currently sprinting on my channel as well, so I have 55 seconds left, so I'm going to go and do the chatty bit, and then I'm going to read some more of this because I'm really enjoying it so far. Okay, so I have got roughly about 176 pages into the Bromance Book Club, and I say roughly because I'm listening to the audiobook, so I'm finding it hard to like keep track of the chapters and stuff, but I'm going to say roughly, and I'm really enjoying it so far. I'm definitely finding it an interesting storyline, and I would definitely recommend it. Like I said in the last clip, I think I would definitely want to see it as like a favourite book. It's definitely a different storyline to what I normally read, so if you don't know what it's about this book club for men who are married and having like trouble issues, and they read they like start a book club and they read books to try and become like a better husband and try to become kind of like a book boyfriend, and yeah, it's just definitely very interesting. I definitely did not do that that synopsis any justice, but I am really having a good time with this, and it's definitely easy, fast, quick read, same thing, but anyway, but yeah, I'm really enjoying it, and this is definitely something that I needed. It's just something light and quick, and I'm definitely flying through it. So yeah, that is my little update for now, and I'll get back to you all soon. It's a while later, and I have been reading the Bromance Book Club. I actually put it down a few hours ago. I just forgot to do a update, but it's because I don't really know what to say about this book, because I have the same thoughts about it, if I'm being completely honest. Again, like I'm saying, I'm liking it. It's fun, fast paced. It's actually a good book. I like the concept of it. So I don't know what else to say about it, and that's my issue. The last time I checked, I was on page 205, chapter 15. So yeah, 62%. I can definitely finish this today. Yeah, I don't know when I'm gonna pick it up again today though. Or I don't know, I'll give you all an update either if I have something to say or when I finish the book, but we'll see. I did actually end up finishing the Bromance Book Club, and I decided to rate it 3 stars for the fact of, like I have been saying so many times throughout this vlog, I liked it. It was enjoyable, and I loved like the concept of the book, like what the book was about, the plot, how it was done. I don't know, I really enjoyed it. I really liked it, but as I was reading it, I couldn't obviously see it being a favourite. And then last night I did start the second book in the series called Undercover Bromance, I think it's called, and I got to chapter 5 in that, which I think is page 60. I could be wrong. Hopefully I could finish it quite quickly, I'm not sure. I also feel like I might be coming down with a cold, which isn't great. So yeah, I'm very excited to continue with Undercover Bromance. This is definitely different from the first one, but still interesting so far. That's my little update, and I'm going to go and do some reading now before I lose the motivation to do so. Okay, so I'm now 250 pages in to Undercover Bromance, and I don't know how I feel about it at the moment. I could definitely say I'm not enjoying this one as much as I did the first one. I feel like the storyline just, I don't know, really isn't for me personally. I don't know what it is. So it's basically about these two people who are undercover trying to get some information on a boss who likes to take advantage of his young workers, like who are women, and so they're trying to get information upon him to basically get him out of the job system kind of thing. I don't know, it is a good story. I just feel like the storyline isn't for me, and it isn't really gripping me because of that. I don't know what it is. I feel like it can be a little bit slow at times as well. Obviously I'm 250 pages in, so I don't know, it might just be me. It might just be that I'm reading the series back to back and I'm kind of like, I don't know what it is, if I'm being completely honest, but I'm going to possibly go and finish it and then I'll be back. Okay, so a little update. I have finished the Undercover Bromance, and I did write a few notes on it. Not many, if I'm being completely honest, because I don't really have much to say about it, but I just quickly put I like the storyline and the writing. I do feel like that kind of improved. Like the writing style was good, and I feel like everything was written really well, and it was very easy to follow. Like these books so far are like really quick, fast, easy paced, and like really easy to, so it's, you know, nothing to do that. I just didn't really feel a connection between the characters personally. I don't know what it was. I didn't really find the story gripping at all. I don't know what it was. Like I said, I'm not sure if it's just because the undercover things aren't really my thing in books or what. I'm not sure. And then I also did put that I didn't like as much as the first one, which is true. I don't know what it is, but I just feel like the first one was more my thing. It was more like a fun storyline, and then this one, yes, it's still fun, but just not a storyline for me. I don't really have much else to say about it, if I'm being completely honest, but I don't know. I am going to move straight on to Crazy Stupid Bromance, I think it's called, just the third book. Hopefully this one will be a little bit better, but I have decided to rate Undercover Bromance 2 stars. So we'll see how it goes. Okay, so it's a few hours later. The third book didn't really take me long to read, which is surprising considering they're about the same length, but like I said, the series is quite fast paced to get through anyway. The writing's just so easy to read and get through. That is why I'm reading these books so quickly and I'm able to read them in one day. But you know what I mean. I don't think I actually said in this vlog why I'm reading these books like back to back or anything. So basically I'm doing this challenge with my dad where I have to read 10 books about books by the end of the month, and so that is why I'm determined to read this whole series. So that is why I'm reading books about books. But I did write some notes. So when I was 154 pages in, I realised that this is another one that wasn't really my favourite out of the series. I would definitely say it's even less of a favourite than the second book, which is why I think I've decided to move the second book up to a 2.25 star, and then this book can be a 2-star, because to be fair, I did like the second book a little bit more than this book. And again, I think it's the storyline. I don't really know how to explain my feelings without like repeating myself, but I feel like, right, okay, so what I've read so far of this series, it's fun, it's fast paced, it's easy to read, and to be fair, the storylines are made to be quite fun and different. But I don't know, I feel like I'm being quite picky if I'm being completely honest, but I don't know, I feel like me reading this series back to back is kind of ruined my experience with this. I don't know, and I also am kind of like in a weird space with my reading at the moment, so it could be that I've just picked the wrong time to read this series, I'm not sure. I also put that I feel like the series is becoming worse, but I think it might be because I'm reading the series back to back. So yeah, when I say worse, that sounds really horrible. I just mean like the books are becoming less of a favourite for me as I read along. I think what I might do before I move on into the fourth book is I might read a couple of chapters of a different book from a different series. I'll give that a go first as like kind of like a palette cleanser. I think that's what I'm going to now. So I decided to pick up Older by Jennifer Hartman. This is definitely very different from the Bromance Book Club series. I'm not sure what the series is called. Definitely very different, and the start of this book started off so dark, and I wasn't expecting it, which is crazy to not expect considering it's like a book from Jennifer Hartman. Her books can be quite dark and discuss hard topics, so I don't know why I wasn't expecting that. I mean, I read dark hard topics all the time, so it doesn't personally affect me, but check the trigger warning because there is a lot of trigger warnings. Yeah, it's hard to read. It's very dark. It has a prologue, and that's how it starts. Yeah, so I read up to, I think it was chapter 5 of this book, and I would definitely say I'm liking it so far. Dark topics, but I am liking it. The storyline, it's definitely, it takes a little bit to get into and to like not understand the story, but like I don't know how to explain it. It definitely takes a little while, but I'm hoping that the book starts to move a little bit quicker as you get further into the book, because it does start off quite dark and then it slows down a bit. I am hoping it will speed up a little bit. I'm going to pause on this book for now and start the fourth book of the Brown series, which I can't remember what it was called, but I'm going to start the fourth book. So if I'm being completely honest, I don't really have much to say about Isn't It Romantic? It's a 2-star again. I have the same thoughts about it as the other books. I just feel like I'm kind of repeating myself with the series, as it's kind of like I have the same feelings about it. My favourite at the moment is the first book. I do want to read the 5th book, but I don't know if to like take a break from it and read it, like leave it until Christmas, or just read it and just complete the series. I just don't know if I'm doing the series justice or being fair to the series as I'm reading it back to back, and I don't know, or to like just leave it until tomorrow, take a break that way. I don't know, but I'm going to decide as I go along. But I do think that book was going to be the last book for the weekend. I need a break. I've read 3 books today and it's too much, so I am going to end the video here, but thank you so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed and hope to see you in my next one. Bye!